back. A couple of bits of good news that's happened this week. My mental battle I had with myself between UAD and Stephen Slate was finally won by Stephen Slate. I have been contemplating buying one of these little UAD sound cards so that I could use the UAD plugins. But you know what? I'm so happy with my Focusrite stuff that I don't even know I want to go there. So when I saw that Stephen Slate is going to be bringing out a plugin, reverb bundle, and digital delay, kind of sold it for me. I thought, right, that's it. So bought my everything bundle. I've always had iLock installed on my computer, but I thought, well, I'll get another iLock key. So took him up on the free iLock key, which got from America to Sweden in under a week. I don't get mail from Britain that quick. You know, I'm amazed. Fantastic. But anyway, so I am now the proud owner of Slate's Everything bundle. Really, really pleased. It's taken me a couple of weeks. I got to admit, it's a slightly different way of thinking and working to what I'm used to. Maybe it's just me. I'm getting old, you know what I mean? But anyway, I'm really enjoying it. I've got to kick out a credit to Mission Musician on YouTube. Look him up. He put up a series of mixing a track just using the Slate bundle. And I think he used the stock EQ plugin occasionally in Pro Tools. And that really, really gave me a big insight into the thought process behind using it. Because, I don't know, I've got my own little plugin chains that I've used for years. And, you know, I've got to kind of rethink my whole way around it. So that was a really good opening up. I'll put a link to his channel in the description. Other piece of good news is I've hooked up with a new band that I'm now mixing for called Damage, Damaj. I'll put a link to their Facebook page, and it is their track that we are now looking at. It's the first one that I've mixed for them, and I just wanted to show you a little trick that I kind of come up with. And it's one of these things that when somebody's paying you by the hour to mix their song, you don't have the luxury of spending 1 or 2 hours finding the right kick sample, as in this case. Also, just to go back to something that I have a big belief that when I'm sent tracks to mix, I'll go by what I'm given. I won't try and drastically change sounds, because in my mind, what someone has recorded is what they want the track to sound like. So I don't want to drastically change something unless they ask me. And in this case, they didn't say anything about the kick. And when I heard it, it's a nice boomy, full kick. And okay, it's a metal track. And I in the back of my mind, I was thinking, we want a bit of click going on here. And I did try to achieve it with what I had, but I couldn't get it. So I didn't kind of force the issue. So I sent them the first kind of mix, and straight away it came back. Could we have the more of a metallic clicky kick? I thought, okay, fair enough. And as I say, rather than spend, spend their money by me going through various sample packs and all the rest of it, trying to find a kick drum that would match in with the track, then I've got to phase match it, I've got to EQ it, all the rest of it, get it to fit in there, mix it back in. And I thought, well, why don't I use what I've got, but in a different way? So let me just play you quickly what we've got at the moment, and then I'll show you where we started from and where we're going to end up. Now let me just check. Yeah. Okay, let's have a listen. Okay, you can hear that kick is clicking away there and cutting through, but I've retained the bottom end that I had before. Now what I'll do is I'll solo out the kick, the original kick, and admittedly this is EQ'd and compressed and all the rest of it, but you know, it's just to enhance what I had. There's not really a lot of high-end information now. I wasn't there when they recorded it, so I don't know, but it sounds to me it was possibly an outside mic. It doesn't sound like it was an inside mic. I may be totally wrong. It may just be the way he EQ'd it on the on the way in. I don't know. But I have tried to boost it. I've got a boost here, I've tried cranking it on the FGN, plus I've boosted it here on the FGS, and then I had CS Lift trying to lift it a little bit, and then I had Revival trying to lift the high end, and I just couldn't get what I wanted. So in the end, what I thought was, right, I've got a kick, I've got it all phase aligned, etc., etc. Let's just duplicate that track. So I duplicated the track. Okay, so as you can see, I've still got the same thing going on here. Now, obviously, I've gated this out, and then I've smashed it with Recomp. Now, originally, I've got to say, this isn't exactly the chain that I used in the mixed track that I did for them, but I used a Decapitator as my distortion plugin. God, my mind. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I kind of achieved the same effect, and I wanted to show you guys how you can do it, just mainly with Reaper plugins. There's one free plugin here, but forgive me for that. So anyway, then we put Re-EQ in here, and I've low passed quite significantly, and plus boosted up here. Now, be warned, when you low pass this significantly, you want to watch phase. I know I'm saying that, oh, it was phase aligned, but I'll show you when we get it. Then I've got this free distortion plugin from TSE. What's nice about this one is you can sweep the filter around, find the right frequency. Same thing as I did here with Re-EQ. I swept this frequency around and kind of matched the two together to get a nice balance, you know. I haven't got much drive on this, but then again, there is quite a high amount of drive on this as it is. Yeah, and then the rack is exactly the same as it was for the first. Okay, so then what we end up with is these two together. Now what you can then do, before I get to that, sorry, let's go to the phase issue. So if I switch the phase back to normal, so both of these are in the same phase as they were, bearing in mind that these are exactly the same kicks, I've just duplicated the track. Now listen to what happens when I flip this. You can hear the body come back. Because what happens when you high pass or low pass something like that significantly, you start to alter the phase, and although it might not be exactly 180 degrees out, it's still out. So it helps. It brought back some body, brought back, you know. So it's just something to bear in mind whenever you do something like this, that you want to watch the phase, and just doesn't take much. Just flip it, you know. It's easy, and see what sounds the fullest, you know. So that is it. That's the trick, you know. That was what I did, and it took me all of 5 minutes to achieve. I got the nice click sound that they wanted and sent it back, and everyone was happy. So there you go, guys. My long, quick tip of the day. You know what I'm like. Sorry, I do like to ramble on, but yeah. So hope you find that useful. And, you know, it's always something to bear in mind that you know, distortion can be a real friend if you manage it and work with it properly, and, you know, it can really give you some options that you maybe didn't think you had before. So yeah, anyway, don't forget, like, subscribe, say hello, all the rest of it, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye.
beat.